Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle Debate Top 5 Picks of the Week for Week 28. Your host is Devious One, Ivan C, here alongside with my brothers from another mother's, and that is the Carbonation Cabron. He's the carbonator of all carbonators, but he is your number one carbonator.
Is that a magic wand?
Is that a drumstick? I knew
yeah,
it was drumstick.
that head sticks.
Head sticks. Those are my favorite. Those are one of my favorites. That is Mr. Matthew Steamboat, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we have the one and only, sorry, Ricochet once again, but he's the one and only, the man himself, Mr. CKOne, Chris Kennedy. And also, we have the heroes of all heroes that saved us from all of this catastrophic bullshit. And hopefully he can save us from this COVID-19 pandemic, hopefully, with his, 12-inch pythons, the great American hero himself, Mr. Mike Lopez.
It takes a little bit of time, but when you're the champ, you could do anything.
I love that.
I love it. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this top 5 picks of the week for week 28 is top 5 best promos of all time. So let's go ahead and get this started off. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started off. So I'll be the first one. Number 5, obviously, we all know it was one of the best, shoot of all time, which was CM Punk Pipe Bomb. I loved it. I freaking love that promo. He killed it, by burying Vince, mentioning Ring of Honor in New Japan. Oh, I can take the belt here and there. Mentioning Cabana, mentioning Gallows, and they cut off his mic. I loved it. That was like one of my favorite promos that I loved from CM Punk, because he broke off character about kayfabe and said what he felt. And I'm surprised that Vince went with it. Like, that's good shit. Let's go with it. But
I'm already excited. I love that's your number 5. If that's your number 5, I cannot wait for 4 more that are better, that you think are better than Pipe Bomb. Let's do this, dude. I'm excited.
Number 4 is Daniel Bryan, John Cena, the parody. You're just a parody, and especially with that, it was happening in Miss TV when they were in a ring together, and Daniel Bryan telling him, you know what, in Japan they slap each other in the face, as out of respect.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna slap you.
I know he did that all the time.
You don't deserve to get slapped. You are not a wrestler. I am a wrestler. Like, oh my God, he buried Cena. Cena felt like he didn't get buried, but yes, he did. I'm sorry, but he's like, oh, you're just a parody, just like Undertaker, like The Rock, like all of those
promo.
One of the most harshest promo, and it got me hyped up because that was SummerSlam. That's why I went to go see Daniel Bryan win the championship. So I was really happy about that. Number 3, the character was born, and this character was born when he screwed Bret Hart. Vince McMahon, Bret screwed Bret. I have no sympathy whatsoever. I have no guilt. I'm pretty sure you guys recall, after the Montreal screw job, JR interviewed him, and he told him, like, you know what? I didn't screw Bret. Bret screwed Bret. And that's how the McMahon character became in fruition. So you got to give it to Bret Hart for being part of that as well, besides Stone Cold. So I love that, because that was the Vince McMahon character that was born. Number 2 for me is June 23rd, 1996, the King of the Ring. But oh yes, you talk about your Bibles, you talk about your St. John, your 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 said, "I just whipped your ass," and that was when Stone Cold was born. That's when the Austin era began, and I was in shock, like, wow, this motherfucker just caught my attention, and it did, and it turned out to be one of the most greatest, promos for his career that really began. So give it Austin. Number 1 is when John Cena buried Roman Reigns. I could do this part-time job better than you can full-time job. Like, oh my God, and you saw Roman, he was lost out of words. He couldn't even throw a promo back. Even Cena was like, say something. Like, he forgot his fucking promo. And he couldn't, and he had to make shit up. And I love that Cena told him straight out the truth. Like, bro, I'm here because you can't do your job. Shit. What did they call me here? The great Roman Reigns, but now I hear you. I listen to you. Nah. It was all that hype, but then he lost a fucking No Mercy. Fine. Oh, well. Two honorable mentions. One of them was in '99. Was when the game was born. That was when the Triple H had an interview with JR. It was like, JR, I am the fucking game. Like, hey, watch for that. So no, I am the game. I'm tired of these
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. No, JR did tell me. He's like, I'm the fucking game, JR. I'm tired of these. I beat Austin. I beat The Rock. I beat Taker. Now it's my time. It is my time to shine and win the WWE Championship. And that's when the game phrase and himself was born. So I loved it. I enjoyed it. And the other honorable mention is any promo he throws, he always adds this at the end. Because I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And that'll be Bret the Hitman Hart. He always.
I don't have Bret glasses, but these are close. They're black and pink.
You're black and pink.
You got black and pink glasses?
I don't, man. I don't. I do need one for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, those are my two honorable mentions and promos that I love to see, and that it gives me chills to this day. So let's go ahead and Mr. Steamboat, talk to me, baby. What you got, baby? What you got, baby?
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you, baby.
Let me talk to you. Sadly, Eli Drake isn't on the list, despite me referencing him just now. Let me talk to you, but he'll be there in a few years. So, number 5. I'm gonna do it this way. Number 5. You know, I'm kind of surprised he's number 5. He should be higher up on there, but you know, being the legend that he is. But number 5 is Roddy Piper. You know.
Oh yeah.
Very, very aggressive promos. A lot of maybe there was a few times you couldn't understand him. He was like, like even when he was babyface in WCW, you know, he was like, I'm an icon. Like he was still like cutting promos while they were carrying him away on a hospital stretcher, you know. So like Roddy Piper, number 5. Number 4. This
like
one
like just Piper in general as a promo cutter.
Oh yeah, all over.
Yeah.
All over.
I feel you there. I'm thinking about having like just a one person like their entire career. On my own.
Yeah. Number 4 will be Ron the Truth Killings in TNA.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Interesting.
That version of him was probably, I watched those like live with my black box, and I was like, you know, hey, don't arrest me, guys. I had a black box with my mom and dad.
Yeah, we all had black box, bro. That was like the best times in the world, man.
Yeah, watching TNA and Ron the Truth Killings during those promos. Those are probably some of the most angry, real promos like I've watched. Like, you know, like it's like the Intercontinental title was Ricky Steamboat's belt, but we all really know what that belt's really for, you know. And then Ron the Truth Killings just cutting. Like him transforming from like one thing to another. It was like, you know, that hit a chord so deeply.
Definitely.
Number 3, I'd say Raven in both ECW and in TNA. He cut a lot of like really deep promos. Like his early TNA days, he just showed up and stole the title, and he would just cut such long, you know, it was like, you know, Jeff Jarrett, it's really a dictatorship with you, and how deep I have to go to dismantle everything that you've created. You know, it's like long speeches almost. Like I think Raven should write speeches for like politicians, and he should write plays and, you know, scripts for movies. You know, like he's, you know, like he's even deeper than just promos. Like I think, you know, soliloquies. You know, Shakespeare is almost what I consider Raven. So, you know,
his whole flock persona in WCW, where he would open up with the, you know, basically the Edgar Allan Poe gimmick.
Yeah.
Always gave me chills.
Love
Edgar Allan Poe. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
That's right.
Number 2 is Chris Jericho.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
Like coming right out the gate his first day in I think that first promo in WWF, you know, you can't like not only do they give him the best intro and the best build up, but you know, he also like, all right, now it's my turn, you know, they're giving me the microphone, I get to work my stuff, I get to work my magic. And I thought that
like not final form, but a fully fledged envisioned Jericho.
Yeah, just everything step by step. That was a pretty perfect moment. All right, I'm gonna go right to my number one now. You guys, let's do this.
You got drumsticks? Yeah, I don't. My MIDI controller is like on mute.
I'm injured right now. I can't do much.
So number one, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
That's right, hard times, baby. That's hard times.
Yeah, you know it's hard times.
Yes, that's right, baby.
Hard times. I don't have to say more because they've talked about that promo enough. You know, that's in the promo classes. Everybody knows it. The desperation, the aggression. You know, that's Dusty Rhodes is number one. All right, so I got pretty interesting honorable mentions for my honorable mentions. All right, number two for honorable mentions, CM Punk.
CM Punk.
You just talked about the pipe bomb promo. I'll talk about it again. You know, that's the first time many people heard about those organizations, and you know, it was opening the book. That was the introductory. You know, I think several weeks after that, they let more people find out about it and everything. So.
Mm-hmm.
Like he kept going with it just to and they tried different versions of it, like semi like work shoot work promos, you know, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go my number one honorable mention, Scott Steiner.
What?
And
Well, all right.
it's gonna be the math promo.
I hate that fucking promo. That's the stupidest promo I ever heard in TNA.
I learned a lot from that promo. That got me through college.
Oh my god!
33% chance. 33 and 2 thirds.
Believe it or not, every time I think I have to divide 100 or whatever, 33.3 comes into mind.
Yeah,
I gotta rewatch that because that is like in the back.
But I hate it though, man.
You take his 10% and then you multiply, then you divide that. You see,
oh my goodness,
the numbers don't lie, and it drastically goes down. You see, I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. And you see, it's like you take Billy Graham, and then you Hulk Hogan, and then you take Hulk Hogan. And you update that with all the raunchiness of like the late 90s.
I'm reading the quote right now. It is pretty genius, actually.
Yeah, oh my god! But I'm
inaccurate.
Yeah, he's accurate. Okay, I give him that.
Those numbers do add up, right? He wasn't just spitballing like figures.
No, he wasn't. He did it right.
God.
But the thing is that like he's getting me hyped about. Okay, what's he gonna say? He's gonna go somewhere like more powerful than this. And all he's doing fucking math promo. I'm like, what the fuck? What's up with that? Like, what the fuck?
I gotta say, that's the angriest and cockiest way you could talk about math. You see, I can kick your butt. I'm a genetic freak.
Did he won that match, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was the math correct?
70 something
in sacrifice.
In sacrifice, probably like a 70%, I would say. Good shit, man. That's good shit. All right.
Yes.
Yep. The one and only, take it away.
All right. This is the list. It's a little bit of mix of promos that I've thoroughly enjoyed that just have rung in my mind, as well as their impact long-term on the company. Number 5, very obscure but very powerful, very shoot-like, was Shane Douglas' Taz promo at Guilty as Charged 99, where Shane dropped the title to Taz. It's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, and tonight they collide promo. It is pure intensity. Go watch it if you can find it. I think it's on Daily Motion. It is, you feel it. It definitely feels like an absolute work shoot. It was great. Number 4 happened very recently on, let's go with November 4th, 2020. Mr. Eddie Kingston drops a promo of a lifetime versus Jon Moxley in the Go Home show to Full Gear. I felt that in my heart. I'm going to call that the dinner table promo because him and Mox just really went – they had a heart-to-heart. And there's a running joke that Eddie doesn't know pro wrestling's fake, and his promos are a reflection of that. Very, very passionate, very passionate. Can't wait to see what he does with more time in that company. Number three. Okay, number three. Let me make number three this one. Number three is the Edge retirement speech. Not really a promo, but he's on the mic and it's him by himself, and it is a promo essentially, but it is an absolute shoot. And if you didn't cry by the end of that promo, then you are just not a human, and you should be in a coffin somewhere because you have no emotions, no pulse. Super heartfelt. It hit right here. It was about 12 years ago. I still remember watching that and just the whole crowd just went dead silent because they were like cheering the shit out of him. And then he started talking about the injury and he had to take some time off. And crowd went silent. A lot of people started crying for real.
I did.
You did, yeah, most definitely. No shame, man. That's when men cry.
We saw the payoff to it with his comeback, so it was just like
I cried when he was Royal Rumble, man. No one saw that. I mean, I'm sure people in the dirt sheet saw him coming back at the Rumble, but I did not.
Yeah, Mr. Fucking Meltzer, fuck you.
Number two is absolutely the pipe bomb because it was one of the first promos of its kind in Vince's universe. Obviously, Vince had to approve almost every single word of that. There was a paragraph where the mic cut and CM's like, I can still talk. I don't need a mic. That was still part of the work, that Vince really wasn't cutting his mic. The whole thing went by Vince, but it was beautiful that he allowed that to happen. You did talk about, he mentioned the indies. He broke the fourth wall by saying, oh, did I break the fourth wall? I'm sorry. It was glorious. No one could cut a promo like CM like that. Number one is absolutely the Austin 316 speech at King of the Ring because it absolutely broke the door down for shoot promos. The Attitude Era, basically that was where it started. That was the moment it started. That broke the door open for going a little bit more PG-13, even rated R. Swearing started to be allowed. I think a lot of DX came from Austin kicking that door open. And then obviously the Austin era started basically a week later, which is a character that just shattered the norm of pro wrestling with impact that still is felt today. Just the greatest impact on the sport ever was that particular promo. My first honorable mention was the Daniel Bryan, not the retirement speech, but his return speech, I believe on SmackDown, where we were waiting for something to happen. We had heard rumors that he did not have CTE, that he may have been cleared to come back in the ring. We were just waiting to see if he would actually do it. He gives the speech that he has been fully cleared. I'm freaking out because I can't believe that it's finally happening because he deserves more ring time. And then immediately following the speech, he goes buck wild on, I think it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He's hitting the yes kicks. He's hitting the flying knees, the shining wizards, corner to corner. I'm like, oh, shit, he's really back. Very emotional. Great thing to watch.
I cried at that too.
Yeah.
I'm also a big fan of Daniel Bryan. It is.
Yeah.
I cried.
And then my second honorable mention is probably the least impactful, probably most obscure on the list, but it is what it's called the "I'ma break ya bitch" promo by Nikki Bella on Maurice. When she hit that, the way she hit that, you felt that. Just, you can't say this in a better way. You felt that inner bitch come out. And I was like, I mark out every time in modern WWE that they allow swearing. So when she busted out, "I'ma break you, bitch," I was like, oh, shit. Very exciting moment. It's a small blip on the promo radar, but it stood out, and that's why I made the honorable mention list.
Awesome. I love it, man. I love it. I love this shit. This good shit, and we're doing it.
That's not on the list.
That's not on the list, though. Mr. Hero, take it away.
All right, so number 5. To be the man, you gotta be. No, wait, that's not it.
Best word.
Oh yeah, no, that's not it. Damn it, that's not it. The best there is, the best there was. No, damn it, that's not it either. The most electrifying catchphrase in sports entertainment: "If you smell what The Rock is cooking." So that promo right there, The Rock imitating the WCW stars. I forgot which Raw it was exactly, but I always, every once in a while, I tune in, and I put that on YouTube. That's my number 5. I always go back to that promo and always enjoy it.
I love you, man. You had to bring it. I forgot about it, but I love you. Like, you brought it up. That shit.
I was trying to find a Rock promo to put on there because he absolutely it's with him. It's every promo he does is on a list. So
yeah,
that's why.
And speaking of the best there is, speaking of the man, uh, Ric Flair's alligator promo.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
and I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down. You know, imitated by, I believe it was the Indiana Colts that they did that promo in their locker room to hype themselves up. Commercials were made. Joe Rogan was talking about it, raving about it also.
That's the only pro wrestler that Rogan likes or has even heard of.
Right. Yeah. You know, a lot of people really, but you know, it kind of goes to show the timelessness of Ric Flair's promos and his character and everything that he brought. You know, so that's number 4. Number 3, Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck.
I love you so much for this shit. There were no rules to this promo. There were no rules to you.
No rules.
There were no rules to this podcast. I didn't even think of UFC fucking. Oh my, that's a different list. But that was the most pro wrestling promo of all time.
Super Bowl weekend. We're up in the stakes. If I win, you leave the division. If I lose, I leave the UFC forever. Awesome promo, man. That got me so hyped up for
the bad guy, man.
For the second
Sonnen.
The bad guy, the American gangster. This guy has. I could make a top 10 of his promos, and one more in the win column, one more in the highlight reel, one more for the bad guy, and all sorts of stuff. When he took the fake belt. And you know all of that.
Did you see his roast of Randy Couture? The boot roast, dude.
I have seen it.
Roast of Randy Couture. It is.
I have to see that.
It is just. It's Chael at his best. It's fantastic.
I always wondered if Covington got like his promos ideas from fucking Chael. I'm always wondering if he.
Okay, we'll check this out.
McGregor too.
We got plenty. We have some time. Side story. I hate to interrupt, but since we're on the Chael Sonnen, check this out. Chael Sonnen coming out of I think Oregon State. Out of college wrestlers don't have a real world application besides the Olympics. And there were no Olympics going on. He signed up for a tryout at the power plant with WCW.
Right.
He got the contract. He was in the company. A short time after his signing, before his debut, Vince buys WCW, only takes who he wants, terminates everybody else's contract, and Chael is out of fucking luck on that contract. Chael Sonnen was this close to being a WCW wrestler about 25 years ago.
Oh my god! Imagine! Oh my god, bro!
So if you want to know where he got his
promos
teeth at, yeah, he's a pro wrestling fan, absolutely.
Oh yeah, he is definitely.
Yeah. So definitely.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, Chael definitely one of my awesome top picks there. Number 3. Number 2 is you have your Psalms, you have your John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, "I just whipped your ass."
So good.
So man, you know, timeless, classic. Even if WWE goes down, bankrupt or whatever, this promo will live on, no matter what. So you know what else? What hasn't been said about this promo? It jump started the Attitude Era. WWE exists because of this promo, because of this. So anyway, number 1 is obviously the pipe bomb. Man, it was. I remember 2011 being a slow year for WWE. You know, and this gave it that kick that it needed, man. You know, it got me. I'm waiting for another pipe bomb. You know, whether it's from CM Punk or from somebody else, something that kickstarts.
It's really weird. How do you do a work shoot that you know is a work shoot now? Because it's already been done. Someone's got it. I mean, it has to be the right guy. I feel CM Punk was the right guy to do this, and you know, it needs to be somebody with the mic skills, you know, and the ability to make us question like, how much is real, how much is not, you know, sort of thing. So
I agree.
So there's 100%. That. Honorable mention number 1 is fuck the Mayweathers.
I knew if you had Chael, you had to have Conor.
Exactly.
Yep.
I knew
Conor
it.
McGregor, man, that tour that they did promoting their fight, the Mayweather fight. I don't believe that Mayweather had ever fought or has ever fought anybody with the mic skills that Conor McGregor has.
No.
And so
that was Mayweather's game plan. Like he would do that as his weapon, just like Conor does.
I also remember him talking crap about the Showtime executive, like, you little weasel, you little bitch. Oh my God. And then when Mayweather was on the mic and he asked for that backpack with the full of money, and the bodyguard or whatever brought the bag, and Conor was like, do as you're told, bitch, do as you're told, to the guy, and the guy, was all embarrassed and whatnot. But yeah, McGregor also can be its own list for sure.
Hell yeah.
And number one, also in the world of MMA, let's see. Let me see. Let me try to remember. Who knows? I might even get on top of my wife tonight.
Oh, Brock.
A little bit of both.
I'm gonna drink a Coors because Budweiser won't pay me no money.
There you go. That right there.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Totally off script. Totally, he had to apologize for what he said.
He had to pay a fine.
He had to pay a fine. Yeah.
How much was the fine again? I forgot.
He had to pay Budweiser like $100,000 for that shit, dude.
Oh my God.
Their logo was on the box. He was standing on their logo. Dude. And we all know his wife at the time was, or is still,
Sable too.
Rita Mero, and she was definitely like, yeah, whatever.
So there you go.
I love your list, bro.
I love it. You top it off. You killed it this one.
You crushed it.
You crushed it.
You stole that from us.
You. Oh my God.
I say my was a little bit both WWE and UFC.
I love it though, because how
we didn't say what we're not a wrestling podcast. We're just a podcast that has wrestling episodes. We didn't say only pro wrestling.
No, I was saying how Brock is a little bit of both.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Believe me, I would love to see Chael or McGregor be in a fucking WWE ring or AEW ring. That would be amazing.
I would love to see Chael do something. Chael did. He just does his congratulations podcast. Or not congratulations.
We already saw what
he
was in Global Force Wrestling. He did
Chael, right?
A heel promo, yeah.
But that didn't last long for fucking
Yeah, but that's as close as
we saw Vitor and Cejudo in AEW, but they went nowhere with that.
And to your point, Chris, about how close Chael got to wrestling, they offered him a contract. Vince offered Chael.
Oh, Chael, right?
Yeah, he offered him a contract. I believe it was leading up to his second fight with Anderson.
With Anderson, yes, yeah.
That either he misses the event, he just no shows, or he shows up on Raw if he won with the UFC title.
Well, what's really funny is I forget the match, but it was the Raw after the Anderson Silva Chael Sonnen shoe fight. The finish in that Anderson Silva fight, Chael goes for the spinning back fist, misses, falls on his ass, takes a flying knee in the face, and gets finished. I forget who did it, but
Daniel Bryan and CM Punk.
Okay, so CM Punk does the spinning back fist, misses, eats shit, takes a flying knee in the corner, completely stole that finish for a spot in a pro wrestling match. Totally hilarious, totally obvious. It was like a week later, and everyone was like, "You fucking guys, we know what that is."
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our top 5 for the week, for week 28. We loved it. I mean, everybody had awesome picks. Mr. Hero killed it right here for all. He crushed it. I loved it.
Promos.
Exactly. Gets you hyped up. So don't forget to stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Next week for our top 5 is Survivor Series. This is coming up. We will give our top 5 best Survivor Series of all time, our favorite Survivor Series. So I'm looking forward to speak about that. And also the other following one we will do for the 30th week, we will do top 5 moments that made us cry. Because that, might as well.
I got it. I already got it. Sorry, John. Let's do it now.
Yes. Yes, I'm writing it down before I forget. Top 5 moments that made us cry. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't have to be the pro wrestling world. It could be MMA. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I definitely have my 5 now.
Yeah, it could be also MMA. So definitely, we can actually let's include all sports, right? Basketball or baseball, or NFL. Might as well, because there's moments in our lives that made us really like, oh my God, we cried about it. So I mean, why not? Even in professional wrestling, yes, we do cry this season. We do cry about shit. We're not heartless, except that piece of shit Dave Bouncer and Brian Alvarez. That's it.
How could you be so heartless?
There you go.
So heartless.
You took it right out of here, man. Just, you sang it right there.
All right.
Whole
Ladies and gentlemen,
story ever told.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in every Friday and Sundays. And also, an upcoming we're going to have as well, just stay tuned, which we're going to actually have Danny Limelight. We're going to have him interviewing him pretty soon. So be tune in for that. And also, thank you very much for tuning in for the Evan Ginsberg. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it. The man is very, very talented here. So also stay tuned. Like I said, coming up, we'll discuss about the predictions for the Survivor Series card, more pro wrestling news, AEW Dynamite, and NXT, and more. So this is the Devious One I've seen. One Carbonation Cabron, Mr. Matthew Steamboat. That's right, Carbonation, baby. Combination, baby. Yeah, combination. And the one and only CKOne. That is Chris Kennedy. And the heroes of all heroes. That's right, Flex It, baby. Flex It, baby. That is the great American hero, Michael. Saying to you guys, good night. And we'll see you next